This is the Not All Love and Light podcast. I'm your host, Romy, and my intention is to share everything that I'm learning, what I'm unlearning, and everything in between. Because growth is not all love and light. It's shadow, it's rebirth, and choosing yourself over and over again. Thanks for being here. Let's get into today's episode. Today, I want to talk about avoidance. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I feel it's very important for people to really realize that not everything that you think is peaceful is actually peace. And I say that because I've seen people thinking that they're growing and they're healing and they're doing all of these things, but then I see them avoiding doing the hard things, the sitting with themselves, the shadow work, the having hard conversations because they're uncomfortable, cutting people off that they've been friends with for so long without having a conversation because we do have different projections and different mindsets. Now, I'm not talking about people that have wronged you and did something really messed up to you, but I'm talking about you creating the story about someone and just cutting them off because, you're not dealing with that and you only want peace in your life. That's not peaceful because you're still living with that inside of you. People disguise their healing and their growth. Like, I have so much peace. And all they're doing is avoiding their shit and getting really good and not feeling anything. They're suppressing a lot. I see avoidance a lot with people that are really busy all the time. They always have something to do. They don't know how to just chill and not have to constantly be distracted. They're overworking, they're overplanning, they're constantly researching something. They're always busy in their head. And I say that because they do not know how to put the phone down, not have any distractions, and sit in silence. There always needs to be some type of stimulation, whether it's a phone, whether it's a podcast, whether you're listening to music, not that any of these things are bad. Obviously, I host a podcast. I want you to listen to the podcast. But creating time to be intentional, to sit in silence. And I'm not just saying in meditation. Be in your room without doing anything. Being so productive all of the time, it's a really good hiding place for people who like to avoid things. And let me not get into the scrolling, the doom scrolling, the having the drink, doing substances, binging nonstop, your shopping cart at 1 a.m., compulsive shopping. People buy things just because they're hoarders. They need to have stuff, right? What are you avoiding by filling your space with so many things? It's become such a normal thing that it doesn't even feel like you're doing anything wrong. It just feels like a normal Tuesday. You're just doing a thing. This is part of your normal life. But I'm here to call you out on it because real healing, real growth, real change happens when you start facing the things that you are avoiding. What comes up for you if you sit in silence? What is it that you're running from? That's where the work is. You've become an expert at creating a life where it's organized around not feeling anything, not facing certain things, just avoiding, not dealing with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to face it. And this gets really dangerous when you just throw in a little bit of spiritual bypassing. And what exactly is spiritual bypassing? That's when you start using different modalities and different spirituality things to mask the thing that you actually have to do. I'm just trusting in the universe. I'm manifesting. Manifestation doesn't work unless you take action. towards whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. You're refusing to make decisions that you need to do, and you're sitting in situations that you have full power to change. But everything happens for a reason. There is a difference because, yes, the universe does provide, things happen, miracles happen every day. But if you are surrounding your entire belief system with spiritual bypassing because you're avoiding things that you actually need to be doing, you need to take a hard look at yourself because that's going to cause you to stay stuck in the same cycles, in the same patterns. I've had people do discovery calls with me and they tell me, I've done all the work, I've done the therapy, I've done the journaling, I've done the meditation. I listen to the podcast, I read the books, and I get an intuitive hit about something. And I question them directly about certain things, and then I see them squirm. Like, we can't look at that. So, what are we doing here? That's actually one of the reasons why I do those introductory calls before I start working with people, because the people that are still trying to avoid and not face the things that they need to face are not the people that I could work with. I am the type of person that will, whether you're my client, whether you're my friend, whether you're my partner, whether you're my kid, whoever you are, I am the type of person that is going to pull things up from you and hold a mirror. And you're not going to like it all of the time. When people come to me and they want to work with me, and I ask them a certain question about their relationships, about the boundaries, some childhood wound, the walls come up and they shut down. Now there's space to be held there, right? But I've had people that are just like, run away, every single excuse not to sign up to work with me. And that's fine. Those are not my people. That is not who I want to work with. The excuses, the reasoning, the all of that is a trap because you could become so self-aware, like you know the things and still stay stuck. You know what your attachment style, you know what your triggers are. You could explain your childhood wound in perfect detail. Yet you're still choosing the same things. You're still abandoning yourself. You're still showing up in the same type of friendships that don't serve you. You're still dating the same individual with a different face. You're repeating patterns and staying in cycles. Why is that? And then we just throw in a little bit of spiritual bypassing that we're not ready. It's not in alignment. I'm still integrating. Sometimes those things are true. But sometimes you are not doing the work to actually integrate part of the healing. And I see this so much. I'm going on a rant right now when it comes to plant medicine and plant medicine ceremonies, where people constantly are going to do ayahuasca and peyote and mushrooms and this and that and this and that. And then you look at their life and it's not better, maybe even worse. And not only because of their intention, but because it's escapism. They're just escaping. They're not really using these tools to actually sit with what needs to be faced. And I get it. And I get it. There's so much fear that's involved. It's scary. One of the things that I hear people say all of the time, and it's a valid reason that they are scared to do plant medicine ceremonies or retreats, it's because they're scared of what's going to come up. And I get it. Whatever's going to come up is something that you have to face. And I could tell you from someone that has done a lot of plant medicine ceremonies in my healing journey that the medicine will show you what you're ready for, what you have the capacity to deal with and heal with at the moment. Of course, the space, the environment being safe is very, very important. And that's why you see people that have been doing personal development for so long. And I could tell you, I was one of those people too. where I was doing personal development. And yes, I was getting better, but I hadn't tapped in to the actual healing that I needed to do in order to change who I was and to be able to help people at the level that I'm able to help them now. Even as a life coach, when I started life coaching people, the type of work that I did when I first started is very different than the type of work that I do now. It was more like your habits, your routines, your fitness, personal development, reading, being better, all of that, which is still good, but it's not going to make substantial, lasting change, true change from the inside. Because that type of work is great, but it's from the neck up. It's cognitive. And a lot of these patterns that you're repeating lives in your body, in your nervous system. And unless you address that, you're going to keep running your life on this personal development growth, spiritual bypassing path, making some changes, feeling good here and there, but not actually evolving, just being self aware and understanding your way through life without things actually changing for you and finding real peace, true peace. That's not avoidance. You're not avoiding people. You're not avoiding certain situations. You're not avoiding yourself. You're not avoiding these hard conversations that need to happen in order for you to have healthy, conscious relationships. Sitting in the discomfort of someone else being hurt or uncomfortable because of a conversation that you needed to have without you immediately trying to fix it and just allowing what needs to happen, you will gain so much confidence and you will learn so much about yourself and how much strength you actually have because you are capable of doing these hard things. Something as simple as even being addicted to your phone and just putting it down whenever you find yourself doom scrolling and asking yourself, what am I trying to feel right now? What am I avoiding? What don't I want to think about? There's a difference if you set some time to scroll. There's entertaining things you want to consume. I get it. But if you're out to dinner or you're at an event and you're not present in the moment because you're on your phone, instead of spending quality time with the people that you're with, that's a problem. You need to escape instead of being present in that moment. Why? How do you think that makes the people that actually want to spend quality time with you? How does that make them feel? Do you think that they want to keep showing up and spending their time with you? Because you're spending your time on the phone the entire time. What are you avoiding? What do you need that distraction for? Why can't you be present with someone? Why can't you be present in an experience? Ask yourself those questions because they're very, very real. The things that are underneath them. And do it in silence, without distractions, without a podcast on. It's really great to do these things when you're working out in silence, like going for a run and just letting your mind just be with no music, no nothing. That's a great thing to do. You're not saying you have to do that. Something that has worked for me in the past. I have literally bawled crying in the middle of a run because I'm just allowing myself to think what I need to think, feel what I need to feel, and everything just comes to the surface while I'm pushing myself to an extreme. You need to be honest about the fact that you know the things that need to change, the things that are not working for you, and truly accept it and choose different. People are living lives that they don't have to live, miserable, in jobs they hate, in relationships that don't make them happy, in situations that degrade them, that make them feel not good about themselves, just because they don't know how to face the things that need to be faced in order for them to make the changes to actually change and evolve. It's not easy. And I always say this, it's not easy. But I'm telling you right now that that's how you actually find real peace. I could tell you from all of the years that I've been doing this type of work, not only on myself, but with my clients, that the minute that someone actually faces the things that they've been avoiding, building walls around, spiritually bypassing past it, that once it's out there, it's never as catastrophic as the nervous system or your subconscious mind thought that it would be. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you've shown yourself that you could be. It's uncomfortable. It's not easy. Yes, but you will be free. The freedom that you feel brings a peace that you cannot pretend. You cannot pretend these things. If you've been listening to this and you've felt some type of feeling in your body, whether it's you're cringing, tightness, some type of recognition that this could be you, good. That's a sign. Sit with it. Sit with it. Be in silence. Don't bypass it. Sit with it. And if you're at a point where you feel like you need guidance, you need mentoring, you could always reach out to me. We will have that call to see if we're in alignment. And there's different avenues that you could take. Not everybody that comes to me needs to work with me in my mastermind. There's other options where you could still do the work at a different place. This is what I do. Reach out, fill the application in the notes, join Phoenix Risers, my community. Now, are you going to keep avoiding, or are you going to finally take action to actually face the things and do the work that you need to do in order for you to have real change and real evolution and real growth and real peace in your life? Thanks for joining me today on today's episode. It is greatly appreciated. If this episode resonated, hit something within you, share it, subscribe, leave a review so we could keep reaching the right people. And remember, it's not all love and light.